Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Another live show. We were originally going to do this, I think, Wednesday, and my internet went down, so I wasn't able to do that, so we rescheduled it for today. And I have the pleasure of bringing on a friend of mine, a friend of the show, a friend of all of ours, the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty.
Hi.
He is back, and he dressed up to be on the show.
Well, I was trying for both the silver and the red. I do enjoy, I was trying for Ultraman colors.
Perfect. And I just realized while watching that little intro I put together, the music that I used would fit with Shin Ultraman perfectly. So it's kind of good, unintentional theme there with Ultraman. So yeah, guys. So we are going to discuss the new movie Shin Ultraman. We're gonna do a little review, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about the Blu-ray problem that I had. And you were the one that actually brought this to my attention because I had no idea about it.
Well, it was an unfortunate situation where they were, what do you call it when they do just sort of audio? It's not subtitles, it's sub dubs or something. They just take the translation for the overdub, the English dub, and then dub titles. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay. And the titles are wrong, correct?
Yeah. Oh, and they were full of little hashtags and brackets, and
really?
it was a mess.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't even know. I never saw the problem with it. I didn't know that, and I knew that MVD, the particular label here in the States, they were distributing it. So I'm like, hey, let me contact my rep over there and see what's going on. And he said, yeah, that they went ahead and fixed it, and they went ahead and sent me a copy. And here's my copy.
Nice.
And you have an exclusive copy.
Well, I have a different copy. It's from Raven Banner out of Toronto, Canada. And so it comes with this really snazzy, I wish I had a better camera.
Ooh, that's cool.
And this is a slip cover. And then on the back, it does the other thing. Now, once you relieve the slip cover, pretty much the same thing, but not the Blu-ray case. It's sort of a crystal case. No interior artwork or anything like that. But it's still, I think it's pristine. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks a lot better than, honestly, it looks better than what I have here. I would rather have that than this, honestly.
Well, and I'm curious now, I don't know if you've looked at the special features, but what are the special features on yours?
Mine is none. It's really bare bones. It's just a trailer and a slideshow.
Okay.
Slideshow. That's it.
And and again, I want to give they're not sponsoring us, Raven Banner.
They could.
You should be.
You should be sponsoring us. Come on, guys. Come on, get with
it.
MVD
It'll be a great time.
MVD is, you guys have need to.
They were so gracious with all of my customer interactions. But this is, so this has an exclusive commentary track by
nice.
Alex Rushdie, who was director of Dawn of the Monsters, and Kevin Dirndort, author of Kaiju for Hipsters. And I did listen to the audio commentary, totally knowledgeable things that are referencing, if you have no understanding of Ultraman, this audio commentary will fill you in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Video introduction, and there is an English dub, although I have not yet enjoyed it.
So have you heard, or were you familiar with Ultraman before you saw this?
No.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of Ultraman until a couple years ago when Mill Creek Entertainment started putting out the DVDs and the Blu-rays of all the Ultraman series, and they started. I guess the series started from back in the '60s.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it. I've never even heard of it until just a few years ago, and then I did hear about this coming out, and I believe it did have a brief theatrical run here, and I was thinking of seeing it, but it left the theater before I got a chance to. But yeah, what as Shin Ultraman, and like I told you before the show, I always want to say Shin Godzilla. It rolls off the tongue better, I think. Oh, nice. I love Shin Godzilla. That was great. Now, do you know what Shin means?
I think it's like, no, I don't.
No.
You want me to look it up?
I looked it up. I did. I looked
Okay.
it up. So it says here, Shin in Japanese means true, extend, new, or heart. So it has 4 different meanings in it, which makes sense because this is, I guess, a new rendition of Ultraman, from what I gather. And it was a kind of a new beginning, or I guess people call it reboots of Godzilla as well. So yeah. Now, from what I know of the very limited amount of knowledge I know about Ultraman, this movie stayed pretty true to the lore of Ultraman.
Well, and this is my introduction to Ultraman, and some friend of mine named Hungry, he said that he said you should watch this. So I saw it on the high seas of the internet, and then I was like, I want
You need to own it.
the physical. I want the physical. I want this. I want it so that they can never take it away. Same reason that I wanted this is so they can never take it away.
Right.
And I hate to be a hoarder, but I am. And so when it came to Shin Ultraman, it was like I saw it and it was something that I wanted to explore more of. And I'm glad that I get to see it again with the physical representation, no chugging, no sort of diffusion of visual and audio
dropping
representation. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes,
all that good stuff. Yeah. I looked at it and it had a constant bit rate of in the 30s and 40s. And
is that bad?
No, it's good for Blu-ray.
Okay.
It's good, and because streaming would probably be 10 to 18.
Right.
And it looks beautiful. I mean, this movie looks absolutely gorgeous. All the colors. But let's get into it. Now, I told you before.
Yes, sir.
We started the show. I cannot, no matter what show I watch, I have a hard time remembering characters' names. Unless it's something like a main character like Walter from Breaking Bad, something like that. Then I can remember the names. But,
yes.
So I'm not
we have
remember
Ultraman, we have Ultraman, and then we have Lois.
And Lois was
I don't remember her name. No, but the thing is that I'm sorry, I'm rather deficient. Maybe I should look it up. I'll look it up.
Look it up. Now, I did pull some images from the Blu-ray that I was going to show throughout this. Just to give people an idea. I mean, what's great about this movie is that I loved how it started. It started out showing all the different models. It even showed Godzilla in the beginning, right?
Well,
or was it a Godzilla-ish type monster?
Well, it was a Godzilla-ish type monster. It was actually a reference to the original series. And I am only learning this through research. I never saw the original series. But when Ultraman fought his first monster, it was just a reuse of a Godzilla suit.
Oh, really?
And so in the first thing that Ultraman fights is just a reuse of that Godzilla CGI model.
So in the beginning, when it's showing all the different monsters, it's actually going through the years of Ultraman defeating the monsters? Is that?
Yeah, they are direct references to the original monsters, apparently.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was rad.
Yeah, and I love the monsters in here. I mean, you have, let me pull a picture here. You have this guy here. I love that guy.
Oh, man.
and I think that
when
was near
he's
the
drilling
beginning.
through the mountains and such.
Yeah, I
But the
gotta.
kaiju in this they're amazing. The special effects, like, how did you find in terms of the transfer for the visual fidelity of this? I thought it looked okay for
Honestly,
something that was so fantastical.
yeah, honestly, for the budget, because this was a you could basically call it independent film. It's a low budget movie. For the budget that it has, I don't know what the budget is off the top of my head, but I thought
Neither do I.
the effects were fantastic. I really loved it, and you could tell a lot of it was intentional to hark back to old school Ultraman, and
Yes.
and even the music. The music sounded like something from the late '60s and into the '70s.
Oh, it was funky jazz. The score
Yeah,
was amazing, yo.
yeah. When the girl is it Lois that walks
Yeah, it
through
was
the
Lois.
office? Yeah, and it has that jazzy kind of '70s score. That was awesome. I loved it.
Sorry, I can't keep calling her Lois. I should really find out the names of these
Okay.
people.
I didn't know what her name was.
No, but she isn't she Lois?
Yeah, I mean, really,
She's
is.
the Lois
She-
Lane. This is such a good Superman movie.
Oh, it's awesome. I loved it.
I was thinking about it when I was watching it the other day in preparation for this conversation, and I was like, "This is all-star Superman." Because remember, there was that Grant Morrison. I think it was Grant Morrison, and he does the beginning, middle, and end of Superman, and then Superman dies at the end. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That is exactly Ultraman.
Oh,
That
look at
is, boom, right in the middle."
Exactly. I mean, look at that creature. The effects on that creature. It's just a still image, but it looks great for the type of movie this is.
Yes. Well, and don't forget, he used to be a drill bit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
It's incredible.
And I loved what was the bad guy's name? The design.
Mephiles?
The alien that comes.
The guy in the black suit?
Yeah, let me see if I can get a picture of him.
No, I should really. Why haven't I pulled this up?
Maybe this is it. Yeah, that guy there. This guy was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
What's cool about him is I didn't grab a picture of this. I don't know why, but what's cool about I love that how he introduces himself and he's in a top hat and the coat. That was pretty cool.
Well, and it was reminiscent of those sort of anime or toy, like Japanese fun, fantastic of the time. They would have trench coats and top hats, but they would also be armadillos that are two-dimensional.
Yeah, and I love that because there's absolutely nothing behind on the backside of this guy, and it is so gnarly how he looks and how he moves. I loved it.
Yes.
And then when we're dubbing her Lois, right?
Yes.
When she let's see if I can get a picture.
No, I should really look this up.
No, that's not it. These pictures are out of order, so I'm trying to find a good picture here.
I'm trying to find the cast.
Live show. This is what happens with a live show. Yeah, there's the drill guy. I love that shot. Yeah, the effects in this were great.
Hiroko Asami.
Hiroko. Okay. Now that's. I wish I could find some other stills. I know I got them somewhere.
I'm Canadian, so I may be mispronouncing that. Played by Masami Nagasawa.
And then now, I can't remember 100%. It's been a few days since I've seen this. Why did she grow huge like this? Like an Ultraman huge?
It was Mephiles who was saying we can do this to anybody, and and they were using Lois.
That's cool. We're running
to sort of mess with Ultraman.
Yeah. So that was cool. That whole scene was pretty cool, and the effects. I mean, yeah, you can tell that they use green screen or whatever, but it worked. It worked for the movie. For the style. Well,
I was reading reviews about the film, and they were saying that the CGI was shoddy.
What are they expecting?
Well, no, but and I want to give credence to decent criticism, but even at the end, like at the beginning, this is top loaded with
Yeah.
top tier CGI.
Oh yeah.
Everything that happens on Earth is rad.
I mean, look at
But
that.
once, like when you get to the end of the movie and it's all Zeton, it's like, oh no, this looks a little Babylon 5.
There we
And
go.
so but this is like, yeah, exactly. What about the space station with boobs?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, no, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying it's not impressive. And also,
Yeah.
what an ass on Ultraman. I'm sorry. We're only 17 minutes in.
Yeah.
But I think that what was your presentation in seeing this? I saw this on a 4K Toshiba.
Toshiba. Yeah, I saw it on my 65-inch Samsung QLED.
Yeah, you probably had the better experience. How did it look?
Oh, it looked fantastic. It looks it. I'm sure it was shot digitally. Again, I haven't looked it up, but it looked like it was shot digitally. I'm sure it was uh, with the budget, but it looks so clean and crisp and so detailed. There's so much little intricate detail within the frame that your eyes can look anywhere, and everything is very active. The colors are extraordinary. It's like there's no dead space in the frame. There's action everywhere, and it's 100% eye candy. But at the same time, it's not what do they call it? What is it? Substance over quality? No, quality. Whatever the term is. Uh, it's not. There's a story to it. There's a reason why things are happening. It's not just a bunch of CGI orgy thrown at you. There's a reason for it. Um, let's see. Let's see. Big Movie Freak says Shin Ultraman is insane in the Hideki Anno way. I'm sorry, I'm not Japanese. I can't
Anno.
pronounce names. Anno, which is
Hideaki?
great. Now, that's something that I'm not familiar with. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Well, no, I
but I
from what
believe
I
you.
understand, Hideaki Oni or Ono. See, I'm gonna stumble all over this because I'm North American. Get off my lawn. But like that is the person who did co-directed Shin Ultraman, did the special effects in uh, Shin Godzilla, and
Oh,
actually, I think fully directed Shin Kamen Rider, which I again had the opportunity to see part of
oh
today,
wow. Okay.
and yeah, and we'll talk about that when that gets a physical release because I
Definitely.
want that because I only have two. I need Shin Kamen Rider.
That yeah 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 guys. I mean, again, you have to excuse me. I am not familiar with this universe at all. Of course, Godzilla I'm familiar with, but
Of course, but
this
I'm
other.
not. But I'm
Go ahead.
not in. I have no experience with this either. I am being like, when did you see Ultraman before I said, let's watch Ultraman?
With Mill Creek when they put out their releases.
Right.
Man, I think the first one was like 2018, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And
So it was before me.
yeah, yeah, and I didn't watch the whole series. I just cherry picked different episodes.
Mhm.
And actually, the first was, I believe, in black and white, and
Wasn't that, Ultra Q?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because Mill Creek's put them all out from the whole shebang. They have them all, even the new ones. Because I know there were some newer series and a newer like made for, I don't know if it's made for TV movies, but they've got them all out on physical. But the effects compared to those shows is way better on the movie. The scope of this film is grand. You can really see the scope of the film, and it's I believe it is in 2:3:5 aspect ratio, if I remember correctly. It doesn't say. But yeah, I mean, it fills the frame full of goodness. Let's see, Big Movie Freak says, I'm going to say he because I cannot pronounce the name. I'm sorry. Created the Neon. Oh, okay. He created Neon Genesis anime series. Okay, I am familiar with that. Let's see here. What does it say? It doesn't give the ratio. Huh. It's not giving. Oh, okay. Oh, it is 185. Okay, 185 to 1 anamorphic. Got it. All right. I was thinking it was 235. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm familiar with Neon Genesis
I'm not.
anime series, which Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman share similarities with, especially with the political satire. Okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
and I think that in the Shin sort of what is it, Japanese hero cinematic universe that they're trying to put together,
Yeah.
like it's a Toei Toho sort of combination,
Yeah.
and they do have Neon Genesis Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, if that's a thing. Like there's a whole, like, I'm not 100% familiar with it, but since I've been infatuated with the Shin series, I've been like, what else is involved in this? And then I
What's
found
else?
an animated movie, and then I was like, oh, yay, Shin Kamen Rider. I'll watch that. And it was, and
Really?
it was great. Great.
Awesome.
But it was just like, I can't believe I just watched that. That's insane.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I heard a few years ago. Well, when Shin Godzilla came out, I heard that they were planning on doing like a Shin universe, kind of like their own MCU. But you know, I don't know if it's a complete shared universe, but it's
Can you imagine if Ultraman fought Godzilla?
Oh man.
Like, who would win? The answer is Ultraman.
Yeah, Ultraman. I mean, Ultraman's pretty is invincible. Really,
He is invincible.
it's like what you said. It's similarities to Superman.
But it's also like, and I think that it's a very interesting interpretation of the
See,
Superman mythos.
that's how I imagine the fight with Godzilla and Ultraman.
Oh, yeah?
Godzilla breathing the fire at Ultraman does nothing to him. Doesn't put a scratch on him.
I do enjoy this. Oops. Connection.
Oh no, did we lose him? We lost him. Come back, Scotty. Come back. Oh, okay. Are you back? It looks like you're
I
breathing
hope so.
again.
I
Now
am.
you're out of. Now your audio's out of sync.
What do I do?
Try leaving and coming back in.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll try doing that. All right. All right, guys. As we wait for him to come back, leave your questions in the comments section. We'll get to them. Let me know, guys, how familiar you are with the Shin universe, with Ultraman, Godzilla. Actually, my question is, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the Americanized version of Godzilla or the Toho Godzilla? Because, yeah, I way prefer the Toho Godzilla over the Americanized version. All right. You're welcome back, Scotty.
Hi.
All right, you're good now.
Great.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the ending.
Yes.
If you don't mind. By the way, guys, this is spoilers. We're going to spoil it. So if you haven't seen it, you can leave. But
But I don't think it's a movie that you can be like, if you're an Ultraman fan, you're going to be surprised by the adaptation. If
Yeah.
you're not an Ultraman fan, you're not going to know what's going to happen no matter what. So even if we spoil it, you're going to be like, so where does this happen?
yeah.
What is the existential dilemma?
Yeah. I will say, I mean, do you think that it would, if you knew about Ultraman before you watched it, would it affect your experience?
Yes.
So you would recommend, if you don't know anything about Ultraman, go in blind.
I would say go in blind. Do not do research until after.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I knew Ultraman already, so yeah. I mean, I could see that definitely that you would be blown away without knowing anything about Ultraman. one thing I love about Ultraman's design is how sleek he looks. And he just, excuse me, when he flies, he just goes straight up. There's no rumble, there's no shockwave, there's none of that stuff. It's just real slick up, and I love that. That's kind of how I wish the new Superman would have been like, kind of just real sleek and fly up.
Even when Ultraman breaks the sound barrier, you see the explosions of air around his body, but it doesn't make any sound, and it makes a point of showing the sound barrier being broken without sound.
Exactly.
He's that good, ladies and gentlemen.
He's the best around.
Ultraman is good.
Yeah.
This is the thing about and without all the special effects and all the monster fights and all that jazz, which is rad, and I totally got into it.
Yeah, it was
the
awesome.
thing is that Lois and the relationship of introducing humanity into Ultraman, and then seeing it is episodic in a certain way, but it's also happily episodic.
Yeah.
You get, as you said, we get half shell clamshell, and then we get Mephilas, and then we all of a sudden Lois gets a big promotion, and then like
big
everything
right there.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you know what? The first time I saw this movie, I thought she was the most attractive woman I had ever seen, and the second time, I was like, really? Is this the most attractive woman that you've ever seen? And then by halfway through the movie, I was like, yes.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she was great in the movie. She should have her own movie, I think.
She did. She was a giant.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. This fight scene
incredible.
It was awesome. I love I do wish they would have done a little bit more with it, played a little bit more with it, but overall it was great. And then thinking about it, would they really need to go more with it?
I don't know. They introduced the Shurikens.
Yeah,
that was rad. I didn't even know he could do that. I'm not an Ultraman fan. He can throw like lightning shurikens.
Oh, I love that. And let's see. I found a picture of it here. Not that. That's not it.
Oh, that's good though.
That's a good one too. Look at the effects. I love the effects. It's just brilliant. Maybe I don't know where it is. I love that shot. That is great. Shot.
It's terrifying because that's not Ultraman. That's what's his name? You know,
I don't remember his name.
half crab.
Yeah, sure.
But half crab is made like a ghost of the Ultraman, and he's blowing up power centers, and it's like, oh no, we don't like Ultraman. Like I hate that trope in superhero comics or any kind of sort of fiction where it's like, oh no, the guy that we loved, he's evil. And in that they do it at the end of the first act, and it's like, let's get this out of here.
Yeah, and it did remind me similar to Superman 3 when he fought himself.
Right.
It had similarities to that. I mean, it was different, but it had similarities to that. And then we have now the change of colors in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that?
Okay, I can't explain the silver at the very beginning, but from what I understand, he adopted red. However, and I don't know why, but however, if he is being drained of energy, the red turns green.
Oh, okay.
So none of that made sense, but those aren't my rules. I'm just explaining what they were.
Yeah. Let's see. Big Movie Freak says the Japanese is a lot better at depicting scale. Oh, I agree with that. The sense of scale is always palatable, even jaw-dropping, like when Shin Godzilla first unleashed its laser breath.
For sure.
100%. I do like the 2014 Godzilla. I think that Gareth Edwards really knocked that one out of the park. But
it's all Muto.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job showing scale of Godzilla.
Mhm.
But still, I not to this degree. Like even in Ultraman, when you see where's that shot at? Like a
Like
shot like
that.
this. Look
Yes.
at Ultraman. I mean, that shows the scale between Ultraman and us little peons.
Well, and don't forget
Even
well,
that.
hey, yeah. So, so no, I have places that I want to crawl into, but I'm not going to say it.
No? Why is that?
Well, it's a giant lady. I don't know. If she rolls over, I could
Well,
die.
that one scene where the camera was down on the ground and she was walking and she's wearing a skirt, and I'm
Sure.
thinking, and then of course they hide.
Of
So you
course.
can't, but I was like, okay. Now,
I have heard people say about this film that it was sort of male gaze upon Lois, and I didn't see it as such. I thought that she was a strong
yeah,
lady character. She was in charge of she had agency, is what I'm saying.
yeah,
So I'm not
yeah.
worried. And if I looked at her because I thought she was sexy,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, you
it's
can't deny
because
how
she was sexy.
you can't deny if someone's attractive or not.
Like they don't hire the fuggos.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's get
Yeah, let's go
into
back to her giant head.
yeah, let's do that. I'm trying. What's weird about this streaming platform that I use is that they don't put the images in order. They're just all scattered about. So I'm like trying to fish around for images. But the ending when he's fighting, does he have a name? The
Oh, Zeto?
yeah, is that Zeto?
Zeta?
That was awesome. I
That
loved
was
it.
absolutely glorious.
Let me see the shot if I can find the shot here. This shot, I loved that shot. And there's a timer, so it puts you, is he going to kind of gives some suspense that cliche timer that movies use.
It was, but this is a very iconic shot from the original television show.
Yes, I was just going to say that they do a
Please.
lot of iconic shots. I mean, this is iconic shot from the original as well. They
Agreed.
do a lot of iconic shots in this. So it's kind of like I don't know if I would call it I guess a reboot. I don't know.
Homage.
Homage, yeah. Homage to it.
That's
And
how I feel about it.
That's the silver suit, right? In the beginning.
That looked like green because at this point, Ultraman had rescued the SSSD. Is it the SSSD or how many
Yeah.
S's are in the? Anyway, took the helicopter all the way back, and then this is when Ultraman sort of dissolved, beamed away. I don't
Yeah.
know what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but this was just a visual orgy fest. Just
It
pure
is.
eye candy with these scenes. And again, it didn't take over the movie. It didn't take over the story. There is still reasons why it's doing it. This is a perfect example of how you can make cool effects, cool CG battle scenes like this, while still having a story and blending it together. So Shin Ultraman is a perfect example of how you can still do that. Oh, hey Jill, how's it going? Glad you can join us tonight. She said, I looked it up. Is it Zoffy?
It is Zoffy. Zoffy
Zoffy.
comes from the planet of light.
That's right. Big Movie Freak says the pervy male gaze stuff is also is it ano thing? Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you take it, there's more of that in Neon Genesis.
Yeah, but if you look at Ultraman, like he doesn't have there's no bulge. I don't think that there's anything that is
I don't
overly sexual.
No.
But it is an idealized male form. I think that that's an idealized. He is Ultraman,
Yeah, yeah, he's the
and
Ultraman.
I don't think that Lois is objectified. I think she's
No.
appreciated.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And if you think I'm wrong, then that's cool. I like ladies in pantsuits.
uh, now this scene. Now he comes from the
The planet
planet
of light.
of light,
Yes.
and this is after he destroys this guy.
Yes.
And I
Well, no, it's not that he does. It's that the humanity.
That's right. Yeah.
So Ultraman, spoilers. Ultraman figures out what it takes to
Yes.
to make it so that humanity can destroy Zayton or Zophie.
That's right.
Whatever.
Zophie.
It starts with a Z.
Sure.
Anyway. And so, but it is ultimately humans who do it. And that is a reflection of the original series, where the same character in the original series was sort of like, if Ultraman exists, what is the point of our job? We have nothing to do because Ultraman is here. Ultraman will fix it. And in this movie, it does echo that sort of plot or character beat from the original series. I learned that through research. I did not watch the show originally, but like as a person who lives in a situation where it's like, do you respect the original material? It's like, it's saying like Ultraman seems to be respecting the original material is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a question that people always raise of Superman. Well, if Superman's there, then what's the point of humans? And they never. I don't know about the comics, but in the movies, they never truly answer that. They never really give humans the power to overcome whatever they're defeating. Usually, Superman always steps in to take care of the day, and so yeah, that's what I appreciated this as well. Is that they basically covered all the bases in this movie, and I always think to myself, I can always picture them sitting around in a writing room saying, okay, well, if a person that doesn't know anything about Ultraman watches this, what do we need to do? How do we answer the question? Well, like what you brought up, if Ultraman is all being and all powerful and is a god essentially, and can take care of all these monsters and whatever comes their way, then why are humans even there in the first place? Like, what do they have to offer? And they answer all of this in the movie, and it didn't take a 3-hour movie to do it either. It was under 2 hours.
How long is it? Like 2 hours and 10?
No, an hour and 58 minutes.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
It is very episodic as well. So if you're watching it for the first time, you can like, okay, he just blew up the first monster. Pause. Go do something. Come back.
Right.
No,
right.
like, and I think that that's a credit to it was originally a television show, and so if it does feel episodic, it is. I'm fine.
It definitely harks back to the original show. Now,
sound effects are there. The score.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. I wanted to talk about the score real quick. The score was amazing, and let me see here. There was 2 songs at the ending when he's fighting. Is it Zophie? This guy. When he's fighting this guy.
That's Zophie. Jill says it's Zophie.
I'll take Jill's word for it.
Yeah.
And the score is amazing. It's like this operatic suspense score, and I had I'm like, this sounds familiar, but I couldn't really pin it. And so I used Shazam, and I found out. I guess it's a Japanese artist, and they used his music for the movie. He didn't specifically make it for the movie, but what's cool is that the track title is called "Is Humanity Ready to Die?" That's the title of the track of the song. Perfect, absolutely perfect. And yeah, I wish I could play some of the music on here, but we'll get copyrighted. Yeah. But I want to buy the soundtrack after I heard this. If they the soundtrack available. I want it.
Link in the description below, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not my channel. You can do whatever you want.
But you guys need to check it out. If not for anything, the score alone is just amazing. I loved it.
But it goes from like jazzy cowboy bebop to, but then it goes to metal, and then it goes to opera. Like it is all over the place, dependent on the situation. It is oddly affecting in its emotions.
I loved this scene here, how they captured this, where they have the power lines, but it looks like pen streaks on a comic book.
Oh yeah,
you know, it looks like something that would be inside of a comic book. It looks amazing, and let's see, the fight where he's fighting this guy right here, where he's fighting him and I don't know what you call it, the factory, whatever it is.
Refinery.
Yeah, refinery. That's where they have metal music playing.
Yes.
That fight scene. And then they have other scenes where it's not metal. It's like just a fast action type music. And then at the ending, they switch it up to full orchestra, full score with a chorus. And it's fantastic. And and each music fits that scene perfectly. Now when here we are. Now this is
Zoffy.
This is Zoffy right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's I guess he's from the planet of light, and he's coming to get Ultraman. Is that true?
People
is that
are
right?
gonna think we're Scientologists.
The planet of light. Follow the planet of light.
No. So anyway, this is Zoffy from the planet of light. Yeah. And basically, see, what you find out, again, spoilers, is that when Ultraman found out about the first kaiju that was attacking things, he landed on Earth. But it blew up a thing because there was this guy who was going to rescue a child who was still within the blast zone. So anyway, the guy rescued the child, but unfortunately he gave up his life. So Ultraman from another planet who had just made a blast zone, he was like, oh, I feel bad about that. So I'm going to go and inhabit his body for a bit. Yeah. And the thing is that he, being an alien, decides that he's going to engage with humanity, and he becomes more human. He's half human, and he's half of the planet of light. And this is why he decides that he's going to sort of save humanity, and he does you know what? That's a spoiler I'm not going to give away. At the end of the movie, he does some stuff. It's heroic. It's heroic.
Yeah. I tell you, that's what I like too about the whole thing about Ultraman is that he becomes more and more human, as you said, and you definitely see it throughout the movie. And humanity, it's kind of, again, it harks back to like Superman. Humanity, this is his home now, and he loves humanity. Chat real quick. Tom, hey Tom, thanks for joining us.
Hey
Great
Tom,
to see you here. Yeah, and so we're not going to spoil the everything, the ending. One thing I like though is after he destroys the giant.
Paul, wait, hang on a second.
What's that?
So I went to go see Star Trek First Contact with my girlfriend at the time. This was 1997. Anyway. We were both in high school. She was okay with me liking Star Trek, so we go to see Star Trek First Contact. So right before Worf goes on the deflector dish to fight the Borg, I lean over to my girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, Worf's gonna die. So anyway... A Borg slashes Worf's spacesuit, and my girlfriend she grabs onto me, and she's like, "You son of a bitch." Anyway, Worf made out of it okay. It was fine.
He survived. That's funny.
So spoilers.
And no longer your girlfriend after that.
Oh no, no. But that night, hell of a time.
Funny. That's funny. Oh, I love this too. Is like he was being sucked into, I don't know what you would call a dimension. The
Oh yeah, no, that was like the black hole. That was I
Yeah,
enjoyed the sort of colors and the different orientation. It is a spectacular spatial anomaly.
yeah. Well, I loved how it went into a black and white, and it reminded me of like ink splatters, kind
Yeah.
of, and it's just it's great that the use of color in this movie. I being a filmmaker and knowing film, film is a visual language. And so a lot of times directors, special effects artists, all these people come together and they inject things into even down to just colors. They use colors to as a visual language for the film, and they did this 100% throughout the this film is the use of colors. And again, I love this whole entire scene is just beautiful,
Yes.
and this was the best shot I could get out of it. But the whole scene is just beautiful, and this whole scene where he's talking to Zolfi,
Yes.
I mean, look at that. I am really curious to see how they did that. How they did the effects for this scene. It kind of looks like maybe if it's not 100% CG, it kind of looks like maybe they did kind of like what Chris Nolan did with was it Interstellar, where he used was it droplets of water or something like that in a petri dish, and they kind of switched around and they filmed it and used that, because that's kind of what it looks like. But yeah.
But it looks like it's almost reminiscent of Barbarella.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until you just said that. Yeah, yeah, it's like it's just I love it. I mean, this is a painting right here. You can hang this on your wall.
Sure.
I mean, it's just it's beautiful. Now let me get a part that I didn't like about the movie.
Yeah.
There's one thing I didn't like about the movie, and that was the editing style. And I looked this up when I saw these shots of how they did it, and they used an iPhone that was rigged up, with special lenses and stuff, to get all these weird, not weird, but all these shots. And I pulled them up right here, like shots like this. Like they do these really tight shots where you see like his hand, this guy in the foreground, but then you see what's supposed to be the lead actress in the background. And they don't just show it's they hang on those shots for a while. Like a shot like this. It's like it irritated me. Like I did not I hated these type of shots. Because all I'm thinking is, on one hand, it's cool, but on the other hand, it was like, okay, once or twice is cool, but you're doing it continuously, and it just got on my nerves a little bit. Like, I want to see the actors' faces. I want to see, what's going on. I don't want to just see a close-up of some guy's hand while you're seeing the actors in the background. That was my only real complaint of the movie, honestly.
And I can understand, because if you want to connect more with the characters, then that makes sense. I really appreciate in the two Shin films that I've seen is the mundanity.
That
of
shot,
it.
I hated that shot.
I love that shot. Oh my stars. Is that a thigh?
Yeah, it's a thigh. And
so what? I love leggings.
I don't know. It's cool.
Look at that guy. He's doing his job.
What I didn't like is how long they hanged on it. I mean, because they would have a full conversation with a shot like that. It was like, okay, I get it. Move it. You can do something cool with an iPhone. I get it.
So you thought that's how you would describe that sort of cinematography is iPhone.
Well, that's
sort
what
of
they
framing.
used. I would just say that's what they used.
Okay.
It would just be a tight close-ups is how I would call it. But I mean, I understand what they were doing. they were trying to be inventive. They were trying to be creative. What can we do with an iPhone? Well, let's do this shot down here. Let's do this shot over here.
Did you feel the same way when it came to Shin Godzilla?
No,
Okay.
I liked it with that. I think it's because I can't really I don't know. I remember liking that better. I don't know why. Maybe
Sure.
maybe the kind of editing it had because the editing in a lot of the shots where they were having conversations was just really quick, choppy editing, like boom, 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 boom. I didn't really care for that. I kind of like just hanging on the people when they're in their conversation. Again, I understand why they did it completely, but that's just my personal preference. But then again, when you think about this, that is such a minuscule nitpick out of the entire movie. It's not like I'm going to say this movie sucks because of that.
I am.
I'm giving this a F grade because of those shots.
Yeah, automatic.
Yeah.
Not
That was
enough
just-
unicorns.
That was just my little, my
Did
my
we already?
personal
Did we
nitpick.
rate it?
No, I was just going to say that. Let's give it a rating.
Well, and do we have 2 ratings? Do we have like sort of?
The rating I always go through is just between 1 and 5. 5 being the best, greatest movie you've ever seen. That's how I do my rating system.
What I was just curious about in terms of presentation, like physical media presentation
Oh,
for
okay.
a Blu-ray.
Yeah, I would give the Blu-ray for video and audio. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. It looked fantastic. I had no complaints.
And for the Raven banner, I would have to do exactly the same, but because I have 2 audio commentaries and an introduction, I'm gonna have to give it a 5. I'm gonna give the if you are curious about Ultraman and you want to experience it as a noob, I would highly recommend the Raven banner Shin Ultraman.
Yeah,
I'm not sponsored.
that's. I want to get that now. I want to find a way to import that because I definitely. I'm happy.
It's
I have.
from Canada. It's
I'm
so
happy-
far away.
Oh, I can do it. I'm happy I got this, but I would love to get that. That would be cool to import that. So what?
It's just so fun to find a movie that you're passionate about. Like this, people say, "Oh no, nothing will make you feel like you have like your childhood again." And it's you haven't seen Shin Ultraman.
Again, you took the words out of my mouth. We seem to do this when we do a show together. I was just going to say that I felt like a kid watching a movie for the first time and having that impact. As a kid, like watching Superman for the first time as a kid, you're like, "Whoa, this is amazing! This is cool," and that's what it felt like. Is that you had a feeling as if you were a kid again watching a movie.
I'm glad you felt that way, man.
Yeah. As for the movie score for the movie itself, I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's my score. But it's awesome. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Toho, fan of Japanese these type of movies.
If you enjoy, happiness.
Yeah. If you like watching a movie and you feel and you want to feel happy during it and you're rooting, definitely check it out.
Good time.
And MVD is a distributor here in the States. So, and what's surprising too, it's pretty cheap too. It's not like $30. It's reasonably priced. Let's see. Let's head over to the comments real quick. There's a couple here.
Yep.
One from Jill, I believe. I haven't seen this, but it seems to me they were trying to make the focus of the human characters to amplify the giant guy stomping around. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Big Movie Freak says, I think the weird angles are just ways to make the film look more expensive than it is, because if they had used a lot more traditional shots, it may look just like another low-budget TV production. I don't really agree with that, because it did have a good production. What was the budget on it? I'm curious. Let's see here. I'll look that up here quick. Shin Ultraman.
Well, it seems to me, because I didn't know anything about Ultraman, and I started watching this movie And I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
So,
And I
go ahead.
continued watching the movie. And the characters and the motivations of everybody, and I was like, why am I fighting this? This is
Yeah,
actually really engaging, and I
really
like
good.
everybody, and so that's a bad guy and that's a good guy. And like I was like, it was working perfectly. And so if I'm simple because of that, then call me
No,
simple.
I agree. I agree. I agree with you 100%. So, in U.S. dollars, the
Yes.
budget was 6 million.
Holy, that was $6 million. I could, oh my stars!
It
What a good
was,
director.
and it was amazing for $6 million. I mean, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I, what the point I wanted to make though is that
Wait,
personally. Oh,
Paul,
go ahead.
hang
Yes,
on.
yes, yes.
No,
What? Yes.
you know how everybody says it's like, oh, you gave me $6 million, I could make a movie.
Yeah.
I would be like, Shin Ultraman cost $6 million. If I gave you $6 million, you could not make it. You could not.
Exactly.
I could
Exactly.
give like any Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street who says I could make a movie, and it's like make Shin Ultraman for $6 million, and I would be like,
Well, that's kind of like what
it'd
I
be
say
like
when.
Brewster's Millions.
Right. Right. That's what I say when people say, "Well, scenes of this were shot on iPhone, so I could just do it on my iPhone." No,
Yeah, exactly.
You don't understand. They may use an iPhone, but they spend a lot of money on rigging up the iPhone to give it the scope and what
Do
it needs
you
to
have a
look.
gimbal?
Lenses. I mean, I forget what movie it was. There was a movie that I saw. I think it was a Steven Soderbergh movie that he were where he was
Cloverfield?
shooting. No, it wasn't Cloverfield. Where they were
All
shooting
right.
on the iPhone, and if you go and see the making of the behind the scenes, they spent like 60, 70, 80 grand on lenses alone to as an adapter to put it on the iPhone to give it a cinematic scope. So you can't just use your phone and do a cinematic scope with your phone. But and unsane. That might be what I was thinking of, Simon. He says that in the comments, unsane. But I think personally, I think, and having that filmmaker mindset is that they used the iPhone, and so they just wanted to see what they could do with it, try to be creative with it. Like I can see the director saying, you know what, go and get some shots on your iPhone, be creative with it, get some low angle shots, get some tight close up shots, but keep everything in focus, and we'll see what we got. Personally, that's what I think, because even without the what weird angle shots on the iPhone, it still would have been great. I don't think it would affect the look of the movie at all. It still would have looked like a movie production. Not I don't fully agree with that, saying it could look like another low budget TV production. Personally, that's my opinion. What do you think, Scott?
Well, are we still talking about Ultraman?
Yeah.
I do think that it does sort of it. There are situations in these productions, and that they do look like CGI television special effects, and but they don't like the story does propel. I think all three for Shin Ultraman, Shin Godzilla, and Shin Kamen Rider. I think that it does look a little dodgy at points, but
Yeah.
the way that they're made and the way that they escalate, like it does emotionally grab you. The
But
characters are engaging. Like even and again, I brought up sort of Cloverfield facetiously earlier, but like when I remember when Cloverfield came out and it was like, imagine seeing a Godzilla movie from the perspective of the screaming masses.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I went and I saw Cloverfield and I was like, that's the last time I'm going to see that shit.
Found
So
footage.
this exactly, and this is the thing is that in Shin Ultraman there's a scientific support team. The reason that Ultraman is part of this support team is because he's a kick-ass hero,
Yeah.
And I just think it's emotionally engaging. I think that there are strong women. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
racist because there are Asians.
I I agree with everything you're saying 100%. And
Great.
honestly, I think that the look of the effects where it looked a little dodgy, I think it was honestly done on purpose to reflect the past Ultraman series from when it started through today. So I think it was personally, I think that was done on purpose to look like the way it looks. I think they didn't want it to look like an Americanized version of Godzilla or Americanized version of Shin Ultraman. They wanted to stay true to the whole lore and mythos of Ultraman. All right,
He
so
looks like a swimmer.
he does. That's what I always thought. Like, you put on a swimmer cap and a suit, shave his legs, shave his body before he puts it on there. So yeah, we definitely recommend Shin Ultraman,
True.
100%. Guys, go check it out. Pick up the Blu-ray. I do urge you, and I'm sure Scotty agrees with me, to pick up the Blu-ray. I don't just rent it for $3 or $5 on streaming, but pick up the Blu-ray. It's highly worth it.
If you're a collector, I would say that this is worth. I think that you should check it out for yourself, stream it, see if it's your jam. But if it is your jam, it looks so much better physically.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of these type of movies, and I loved it. And I mean, you like you said, you weren't familiar with it at all, and at first you were kind of about it, but then you gave in, and
I did.
You liked it, and so I think even if you don't know anything about it, even if you're not a huge fan of these type of movies, I still highly recommend checking it out and getting it. Jill gives it 3 unicorns. From what I'm.
Now I have a question. I have a question for you, Paul. Is it better? Which do you like better, Shin Ultraman or the Wachowskis Speed Racer?
I honestly never liked Speed Racer that much.
So yay!
I'm going
Shin
with
Ultraman.
Ultraman, 100%.
Nice.
People love that movie. I don't know. I just never really got into that movie.
No, I'm glad it was an easy decision for you.
Yeah, I would love to see a Japanese version of Speed Racer as a feature film. I would love to see that. Because I think that because it was originally from Japan, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so.
So I think that they would do justice to the film more than Wachowski's did. Let's see. Big Movie Freak says, highly recommend if you want to see kaiju movies that is a lot more creative and interesting than Godzilla versus Kong. I think anything is more interesting than Godzilla versus Kong, personally.
I liked Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, I like that one too. What I
You know why?
What is that?
Brie Larson.
I thought you were Brie Larson. I thought you were going to say John Goodman.
No.
I enjoyed him. I had fun with him with Godzilla, Skull Island, and the other one, Godzilla versus Monsters or whatever it was.
Sure.
But I hated the new one from the new one that came out before Godzilla versus Kong, or the new one. I can't even remember what it's called.
Godzilla -1?
No. I love Godzilla -1.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, that's a movie you need to see. I love.
Yeah, I know.
Movie.
When's it gonna show up on physical?
In Japan, it's showing up in May.
From what I understand, Godzilla -0 is going to show up physically in September.
September? That's long. That's far though.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard.
That's what I heard.
I've heard that it's coming out in June. That's going to come out after the Japanese release. But there's no, who knows? There's no way to know until it really happens.
You know what? People have been saying, I've been hearing nothing but people saying that Godzilla -1 is the best Godzilla movie. Oh. And I've been like, have you seen Shin Godzilla? And so, and the thing is that if I ask that, I haven't seen Godzilla -1, so I can't like drop an ace card if I haven't seen the thing
One
that
thing that
they
I will
say is better.
So I will say that Godzilla -1 is more grounded than Godzilla, Shin Godzilla. It's a little bit more grounded, but
I'm gonna have to do it. It's gonna be a back to back.
It is so good. I would, if I had my choice between watching the two, I would choose Godzilla -1.
No, but it's really tough because I want my favorite Godzilla movie to be better than everyone else's favorite Godzilla movie. But if I find a better Godzilla movie, who loses?
Right. Like them both. They're both equal.
Yeah, why not? It sounds like a win-win.
Tom says, I got a great deal today. I got the entire series of the Wild Wild West on DVD for $20 at Walmart. Wow.
Nice.
How many seasons is that, Tom? Is it
like Robert Conrad, Wild Wild West?
Wow, the OG Wild Wild West. That's awesome.
That's rad.
Yeah,
Good
Tom says Godzilla X Kong was fun. Yeah, I've heard it's fun. Kind of like turn your brain off type of fun and just enjoy it. Godzilla X, I don't know how to. Why did I say X? I'm going to say versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong is begrudgingly fun, but a one-off for me. Godzilla versus Kong was really bad. And Simon, my twin brother, says, like, just in, guy who directed Infested signed on to direct the next Evil Dead movie. Ooh. Have you heard of that movie Infested?
No.
It's a good movie. It's French, and without any kind of spoilers, it's about...
I live in Canada, and that means that I fear the French constantly.
You'll fear me more after this, because...
Okay.
French, it's an apartment building that gets infested by French spiders.
Oh,
because they're in France. They're in France, so that's why they're French spiders. And
I have to see this.
So yeah, it gets infested by spiders, and then they grow and get big, and then it's mayhem ensues. It's on Shudder. If you or anybody has Shudder, it's on Shudder. The sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong is called Godzilla X Kong. Okay, I guess I don't know. What's the X stand for? Does it stand for anything? I'm just curious.
It's the next evolution of humanity.
Probably. Tom says 4 seasons. Oh, okay. Wild Wild West is 4 seasons. All right, cool. That's awesome, Tom. At Walmart. Yeah, I'm hearing that Walmart's also having like these really good $5 bins where they're having some nice steelbooks and in 4K. I haven't gone personally, but I have some friends that keep buying them up, and so that's cool.
No, but if I had some money, I would go on like I would load up a tank of gas and just go to every Walmart around and be like some sort of weird squirrel who goes into these
ravaging through the
like
bins.
It's like, no, but everything is $5 or $10. When you go to a Walmart now and you find something, and this is in Canada, so your exchange rate may differ, but like you go and it's like $5, $10. Do you want $10 for the first half? Like, remember when? Okay, so Batman, the original series, we have the second series of Batman Part 1, the second season of Batman Part 2. Both are $10, and it's like, oh my stars! It's just all your physical media at all of your Walmarts are becoming.
What's nice too is that a lot of times that used to be just DVDs. Now they're even doing 4Ks at that price, $5 or $10, which is awesome. And now that Best Buy stopped selling physical media, Walmart's going all in on it. Tom says the X in Godzilla is shorthand for collaboration. I guess that makes sense. I'm guessing the X means because they're friends now. Besties.
Well, they're trying to tell us that it's Twitter.
Yeah.
It's Godzilla Twitter.
Godzilla Twitter. X. Elon Musk. At the ending, you find out Elon Musk engineered Godzilla and King Kong. Let's let's switch gears here. Do you have any new physical media you would like to share with the folks out there?
You know what? I don't have anything currently. I do I have an order.
Uh-huh.
I have something on anticipation.
Oh.
And it is, and I'm not sure if there's a 4K. I don't know if you have reviewed it, but I have never seen Last Night in Soho, directed by Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
And I was curious what you thought of that film. I have ordered it.
Okay.
And I was just curious what you thought.
I loved it until the ending.
Okay.
I'll say that.
No spoilers.
Mainly because of the effects. The effects were really, really shoddy at the ending, I thought. But overall, I thought the movie was beautifully shot, wonderfully made. Anna Taylor-Joy is terrific in it. It's a good movie. Overall, it's a good movie. I own it. So, I mean, it's a...
4K or Blu-ray?
4K.
Okay.
4K looks... The Blu-ray looks great, too. Because I've watched them both. The Blu-ray and the 4K. And they both look great. The 4K just has a little bit more enhanced, and a little bit more enhanced. But the Blu-ray looks fantastic as well. Which one did you get? The 4K or the Blu-ray?
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. Yeah, you're going to enjoy it. I think you're really going to like it.
I'm looking forward to it. It is the only Edgar Wright film that I don't have.
Yeah, Edgar Wright, right. He was signed on... Oh, crap. Now I just lost it on the top of my head. He was signed on to do a new movie that I was surprised he was doing. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
I did hear something about his recent whatchamacallits, but I don't know what it is.
If anybody out there in watching this knows the new movie that he was just signed on to do, because I was actually surprised he was signed on to do it. Let me see here. Oh, okay. The Running Man. The Running Man. He's doing a remake of The Running Man. And I was surprised that he's directing that movie. I don't know. To me, it doesn't sound like his. I guess I don't know. He does a lot of. He fluctuates through all different genres, but I think it would work great with adding his sense of humor in it with all the visuals in it.
I would be curious to know who is sort of developing it with him or writing it with him.
Yeah. I looked on IMDb and I can't really find that much information on it. I do know that...
Sounds rad.
I do know they're going to stick closer to the Stephen King book than the original movie.
I never read it, so I don't really know.
I never have either. But
then again, I've never seen Shin Ultraman, so what do I know? Show me a good adaptation and it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the remake of it. Simon just texted me and said, take down the comments. Oh.
Take them down!
There we go.
There we are.
There we are. Yeah, so I've got a few here that Wright's got to eat. Well, hey, man, I think he's made enough money that he doesn't really need it. But I think with him, it's the material, how the material is. Again, like you said, Scotty, that it also depends on who's writing it and who's producing it and who's behind it as well. But yeah, I mean, every director wants to get paid, of course.
But what do you like? I hate to do a comparison, but like, throw Edgar Wright and Ivan Reitman neck and neck. Which one would you like to see do a movie? Like, I would rather see Edgar Wright than Ivan Reitman, or sorry, the younger Reitman. Ivan Reitman
Jason
doesn't
Reitman?
do much.
Is it Jason
That's
Reitman?
him. Yes.
Yeah, Ivan Reitman can't do much right now.
No.
He took the old dirt nap.
That's what happens when you skip a leg day. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, I think that Edgar Wright is going to do a great job with it, personally. Yeah, I'm just going to run through these real quick, guys. Wait till he comes back. So I got this in from Sony, and I think I did an unboxing of it as well, so I'm going to review that. Hey, look who's back. The man himself. Ah!
Hello.
There we go. He's back. So I was just going to show what I got from Sony this week.
Nice.
It is
Yes.
I think I did an unboxing on this on my channel too, but it is the one of the greatest cinematic films I've ever seen in my life. Madam Web.
Oh.
I didn't see it though, but they sent this to me to showcase and review. I've heard terrible things about this movie. Let me know, guys, in the comments. Have you seen this? Would you recommend it?
I heard Sydney Sweeney was in it.
Yeah, she's in it. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I can't say if it's good or bad. But I will say the trailers didn't pique my interest that much. But I do have a digital code that I'm going to give away. So those of you folks that stuck with us during this, I'm going to give away the digital code. So
Can you, like, I think anybody who takes this,
what's that?
I really want you to say that you did claim it. You have to say that you claimed it.
Please say it, because it helps me to know that it's actually claimed, and then people who watch this replay, they're not, they know it's been claimed.
They're not scrambling for Madam Web.
Yeah, and then getting pissed off that this code doesn't work.
Where did Madam Web go?
Right. So here is the digital code. And if you guys don't know the drill is I'm going to count to 10, and then I'm going to take it off the screen. So let's see, I think everybody can see it there. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are out. Let me zoom out here so you don't see my ugly mug so close. So yeah, and I have another
7 codes for Madam Web.
Madam Web. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you've seen it. What your thoughts on it? Do you recommend it? And again, please let me know if you got the digital code.
I am kind of curious about Madam
Yeah,
Web.
I'll check it out and see what I think about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a full review of it, but I'm gonna check it out. See,
and the funny thing is that I'll say, like, oh yeah, no, one day I'll watch Madam Web, and you literally just flashed a free code that I did not take advantage of.
Right. Let's see. Big Movie Freak says, I'm never going to get the code, never fast enough. I'm sorry, man. But I tried to...
You can go back. No one's claimed it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Just
know if
rewind.
anybody would claim it.
No.
Simon says, take a screenshot. Yeah, you can do that too. Unless, you can take a screenshot on your phone if you're watching on your phone. Let's see. DJ. Hey, man, nice to see you. I didn't dig it. Yeah, so you didn't like
DJ.
it? You didn't like it? Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing so many bad things about it. And then I hear other people saying it's just turn your brain off, sit back and enjoy it.
Like, I'm a Spider-Man fan, and Madam Web is basically Guinan.
Yeah.
But crippled. Pardon the term. So I don't understand you cannot make a Madam Web movie without Spider-Man, and even if you could, why? So that's my opinion.
And Dakota Johnson, she's not exactly the greatest actress in the world either. She's one of those actors that Scotty freeze. I think Scotty froze. Either that or he's having a stroke. He went bye. There he is. He's back. All right, you didn't have a stroke.
I didn't this time.
I'm like, you froze. I'm like, oh, did he have a stroke?
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson is not the greatest actress in the world. I'll say that. She's one of those actors where it depends on the director, who she's working with, to get a good performance out of her.
What's your favorite Dakota Johnson movie?
Good Times at Bad Royale.
That is a good movie. That is a good movie.
I love that movie, and she was
good in that. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying it depends. I think Drew Goddard directed that. I think it depends on the material and who's directing her. She's one of those actors. Next one, and this is also going to have a digital code giveaway. And this is I'm so happy I got this. I loved part 1. So this is part 2. Justice League Crisis on Infinity Earths Part 2.
Oh, how was it?
And I didn't watch part 2, but I watched part 1, and it's awesome. I really love it.
How's the animation?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I really
Does
like
it
the
look
animation.
CGI-y?
No, not really.
Cool.
So there's Steelbook.
Or is that a stupid question? Like, everything looks CGI-y.
Well, I mean, it's a cartoon. It's animated. People get upset when I say cartoon.
Yeah,
But,
it's fine.
but I mean, yeah, I like it. I enjoyed it. There's some animation that I don't like, but I like this one. It seemed to be top tier animation for these. You can tell they spent money on it. So,
Oh, wait.
part 1, part 2,
Nice.
and part 3 is supposed to come out in the next couple months. And what's nice about these is that the 4K are available with the Steelbooks, but the Blu-ray isn't.
Oh.
And what I don't like about what Warner Brothers does is they're only doing the 4Ks. They're not including the Blu-ray, which I've noticed some students, Paramount started doing that as well. And I don't like that because if I go over to a relative's house or a friend's house that doesn't have 4K and we want to watch the movie, we're out. We can't watch the movie because they didn't include the Blu-ray. So I'm gonna do Crisis Infinite Earth Part 1's already been taken. So I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do digital code for Part 2. If anybody wants it, same drill. We're going to hold it up for 10 seconds. Let me know if you got it or not. And let's see here. Let's see if we can get it in focus here. Is it in focus?
Oh, you don't even have to get the code. You can just do the QR thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're out of here.
Boom tube.
Boom tube. Yeah, I really like these. Like I said, I didn't watch part 2 yet. I'm going to be watching that soon, but I loved part 1. I'm going to run through these really quick here. They also received RoboDoc, the documentary on RoboCop.
Nice.
And this is really good. It's, I believe, it's 4 episodes, so it's split up in 4 different segments, which is nice. It's not just a 4-hour, 5-hour movie, documentary. It splits up, so after episode 1's done, it's about 40 minutes. It fades out, and so you can stop it, go do whatever you want, and then come back and watch the other episodes. But this is like really, really in-depth making of behind the scenes of RoboCop. How it was made, first how it was even conceived, then how it was written, made, shot, the production, the actors, as interviews with everybody on the production team. Paul Verhoeven is interviewed. Peter Weller is interviewed. It's a really, really great documentary. I highly recommend it.
Sorry.
Are you calling Simon a tool, DJ?
You were talking about I was supposed to bring some physical media, so I wanted to talk about FX with Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy. It's the Bryans. It is a one side is widescreen, the other side full screen.
Nice.
And so this is not the official case. Where did it come from? Rogers Video in Canada. And so anyway, that's
cool. I've always liked that movie. The sequel is fun, but not nearly as good as the first movie.
Well, the first one's a little more rough and tumble.
Yeah, well, and I think the first one was R-rated and the sequel's 13.
Well, there were boobs in the first one, I think. Anyway, true. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to be facetious. I apologize for derailing your entire conversation.
You're hijacking.
I didn't mean to, but I did.
No, that's why we love you here.
Cheers. Thank you.
Kino Lorber. I partnered up with them recently, and they sent their first 4K out to me. High Noon, Gary Cooper, Grace Kelly, 4K UHD.
Dude.
And as a remastered Blu-ray as well. And I will be doing a 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of this. I have the original previous Blu-ray. This comes with 2 commentaries that were not on the previous Blu-ray, as from film historian Alan K. Rode and film historian Julia Krieger. And I've watched the movie, but I haven't listened to the commentaries yet. But fantastic. What's interesting though is that the previous Blu-ray was framed at 133 to 1. This is framed at 137 to 1. So there might be a little bit more information on sides there. But yeah, this is highly recommended. And this is out May 7th. So it's not out yet. It's out May 7th. And you can pick it up and add it to your collection. I have a couple more.
Have you ever seen it?
Oh yeah. It was one of my dad's.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really? Oh, it's hailed as one of the greatest westerns ever made.
I always feel like he's gonna lose at the end. That's why I don't want to watch it.
It's been hailed as the 33rd greatest film of all time.
That's what I heard.
Won all the Oscars. It's a great movie.
All of them.
All of the Oscars. Severin.
Best animated short. High Noon.
High Noon. Everything. Every Oscars. They swept them all.
Best original song. High Noon.
High Noon. We don't care if it has a song or not. It's winning.
Who cares?
I also partnered up with Severin Films.
Yes.
And they mainly deal with like cult horror type movies. And they sent me this, which is coming out May 28th. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker.
Oh my.
And
that looks rad.
Yeah, this is an exclusive limited edition slipcover that's only available for the first pressings. Let me full screen this here. And artwork.
I love that case.
Yeah, it's a great case. And then you have, I love the artwork here because it kind of resembles like the old 80s beta VHS type covers.
Sure.
And then there is...
Oh, my stars! It's frightening.
There and there. And there's some history behind this movie. It was that I'm going to bring out in my review video, but I can bring it out a little bit here. The movie was originally called Night Morning, I believe. And it was made in 1982. It was released very, very briefly in like midnight theaters, like had a week run or something like that. Then they pulled it, and then it was re-released in drive-in theaters, exclusive to drive-in theaters, like midnight drive-in theaters, Grindhouse midnight drive-in theaters, and they ran for a while in 1984. And then it was shelved for 20, 30 years after that, and just kind of swept under the rug and forgotten about for years until Code Red, which is a boutique label. I'm not sure if they're still in business or not, but they found the original negatives and they rescanned it and released it on a Blu-ray, and it blew up with that. Like, people saw it and they started loving it. I saw it for the first time on The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, nice.
Shudder. And I liked it ever since then. It's a very low budget movie, but Jan de Bont, cinematographer, renowned cinematographer. He shot Die Hard. He shot Hunt for October. A lot of great films.
Oh, he did Speed 2.
Yeah, he directed Speed 2. He directed Speed and Speed 2. He directed Twister. He was the cinematographer on the movie. It's one of his first movies, and you can tell
he was wasn't he the cinematographer on Die Hard 2?
I'm not sure about Die Hard 2, but he was on Die Hard 1. I know that for sure.
All right. I know he was Tak Fuji. No, I do know, but I'm drunk.
So yeah, I mean, and you can definitely tell early with a movie shot in '82 that it's one of his first movies, and you can see the talent behind the camera with how he shoots the scenes. Two more here I got, and this is from Umbrella. I went and bought this one because I heard some really good things about it, called The Chaser.
Who's in
it?
It's
a South Korean movie.
I've never.
actors are in it.
The actors are in it. That is
So-
a true story.
He's an ex-cop turned pimp.
Ooh.
And he finds out that his girls are missing, and so he thinks that they're being sold, like the people that they go meet are kidnapping them and selling them, but really something else is happening to them.
Oh no.
And so he goes and tries to stop the guy and find the girls. And I've only seen half of it, but I've heard.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really, really well done. Really
Nice.
good. Some really intense scenes. I've heard nothing but great reviews about the movie, so I had to pick it up. Umbrella.
It's like, but it's one of those movies where it's like, I think that you and I have recently seen the first half of a movie, and we both really enjoyed the first half of the movie. And then when we watch the last half of the movie, it's going to be like, oh, that was shit.
That's not very good. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think this movie will be like that.
I hope not.
I think it's going to end good. And then lastly, Arrow Video is releasing this Tuesday, 28th. No, wait. When's the 28th? No, 30th. 30th is Tuesday, isn't it?
Sure.
I believe it's this Tuesday. Basket Case. In 4K,
wow.
4K UHD. This is a limited edition slipcover, only with first pressings only.
My stars.
And they originally released it on Blu-ray that I have here. Now, the Blu-ray is sourced from a 4K restoration. But this, of course, has HDR and Dolby Vision and all that fun stuff. I'm going to be doing a comparison.
All the terror in 4K.
That's right. I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Blu-ray and the 4K also. And
That's like a really disturbing film.
it's great.
Okay.
That's what
Well, as long as you want to watch it in high definition, I suppose more power to you.
More detail.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Bring it to my retinas.
Right. Big Movie Freak says The Chaser is really dark. Yes, it is. Bleak. Yes, it is. Serial killer flick. Yes, it is. Not a fun time. No, it's not. But I know there are fans of the kinds of films out there. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a movie you're going to sit down and watch with your family. It's not a movie you're probably going to watch multiple times. But nevertheless, I thought it was a great movie. Not going to watch. Yeah, Big Movie Freak says not going to watch it again. Yeah, that's what I've heard. The only way to get it though was to buy it. I bought it. It was like $20. They just heard so many good things about it.
That's cheap for a nightmare.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like you've seen the 4K of Requiem for a Dream. Mm-hmm. That is in my mind, that is the scariest movie ever. I would watch that. If I would absolutely. I don't have a Blu-ray because I'm terrified of it. But if someone I would actually, if I were in the Temple of Doom, I would absolutely recover a Requiem for a Dream on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and if someone wanted to curse me for the rest of my life, they would give me the 4K.
The 4K. I'll tell you this though. I mean, I don't say this lightly. We're saying I would never watch a movie again because there's stuff out there that people say I'll never watch it again, and I'm like, well, I'll watch it here and there, maybe once a year. That movie I will not watch again.
Requiem, you're just tapping out.
Yeah, it is. That's the only movie I've ever said that to. I won't watch it. It is.
I will.
What's in here? Okay, I have to bring this up because MVD.
Yes.
Brothers. Now, if anybody out there pre-ordered this joysticks from MVD back in February, back in February, then you know that there was an issue with the audio. It was in mono instead of stereo, and so they recalled these, and everyone lost their minds over it, freaked out over it, thinking it was the end of the world that they recalled this. But it's coming out now in May, and this is the bad copy. And they sent me.
I like the packaging; it looks.
Yeah, rad. I love the packaging. So they sent me here. This is the corrected version. So people who own it, they're going to get this. And if you don't own it and you pre-ordered it, you're going to get with the case and everything. It's going to be the correct version. But yeah, like you said, I love it because it resembles the old Atari games,
Yeah.
like the old Atari packaging. I love it. So that's that. And then the greatest parody ever made is here for the first time on Blu-ray. Hardware Wars.
Oh, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I have no opinion.
10 minutes. 10 full minutes of a parody of Star Wars. It says it's a hilarious blockbuster. I've only seen it once or twice on TV. But I love the tagline here. Where is it?
I think Jill likes it. I don't know why.
Jill, are you out there? Do
She
you like
is.
this?
She may not be paying attention, and I'm not even sure if what I say is true.
Because she's not paying attention because I'm so boring.
No, I don't know. No, for some reason, Hardware Wars was like, I've heard people talk about Hardware Wars,
It's
and
fine.
I kind of want to extend to, but I don't know. Like, how, like, I don't know. I don't know if I should be excited.
It's definitely, I'll say this for sure, it's definitely a product of its time. It was made in 1978. And so it's definitely a product of its time. Very low budget. It looks like the guy made it in his garage.
So,
But that's the charm of it. That's what's great about it.
I would rather have the Star Wars Holiday Special than Hardware Wars.
Yeah, I wish they would put that on Blu-ray.
You can get it off of the, dark web.
Yeah. I mean, I that's the one movie that I have gone off online.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I watched it once. It's fine.
So bad. So bad.
Jill says, "Oh, Scotty, you have mixed me up with someone else. Cat probably."
I don't know who it was. I don't know who I got mixed up with.
So the tagline of this is, "You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $3 goodbye."
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, guys, it costs like $2-3 to go see this to go see a movie in a theater back then. And what's funny is that MVD they redid the tagline. They said, "You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $20 goodbye." So they updated it. But I loved the packaging here, where it resembles like a old, I want to say Warner Brothers type beta cover.
Oh, it looks like New Line.
New Line, yeah, it's even got the same type of font.
Yeah.
So this, yeah, I haven't checked this out yet, so I don't know how good the quality is. I'm sure it's fine. But
And it's only 20 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Maybe
minutes.
I should watch it.
10 minutes out of your life. Oh, 13 minutes. Excuse me. Sorry. 13
Well,
minutes.
lucky.
It's got a whole slew of special features, which is great. Interview with the director, the writer, some of the actors.
Audio commentaries.
Yeah, it does have an audio commentary. So, yeah, I can't wait to dig into that.
Audience
I just got
reactions.
it the other day, so I haven't seen it. One other thing here, if you don't mind.
I don't.
This is from Warner Brothers. Now, I'm not going to fully open these because I'm going to do a more detailed unboxing of these. But I got, real quick here, I got the Oceans trilogy on 4K from Warner Brothers.
Nice.
Which
Have you seen them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, love them.
No, I mean the 4K version.
Oh, the 4Ks. No. I just got them in like 2 days ago, so I haven't checked them out yet. And then
those are rad.
They have these. Now this is cool. The steelbooks.
Oh no! Wow.
And
those are yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely buy the steelbooks.
Are there extended? Is it extended on Ocean's 12? Is there an audio commentary? Is there any Ocean's 12? There was an Ocean's 12 that had a lot of special features, and it got curbed to the sideline very quickly. And so I'm just curious if they're still doing that.
That's funny here. 11 and 13 have more special features than 12. It does have commentary by Steven Soderbergh, the director, and some behind-the-scenes stuff, like a first look of featurette. Ocean's 11 has 2 commentaries, and Ocean's 13 has 1 commentary. But yeah, you can buy them as just like a trilogy like this, all together in one package, or you can buy them separately. And it's only 4K, so there's no Blu-ray included in it. I don't know why they do that, because they remaster it, and sometimes they'll correct the color timing on them. So why not? I mean, it can't cost that much more to put it on a Blu-ray and include it. DJ says,
well, if you're going, like, come on, if you're going, we want 4Ks of all our favorite movies, and then they release the 4K of your favorite movies, and then it's like, why didn't you include a Blu-ray? And it's like, because you only asked for the fucking 4K.
I think because they did that before, they always included a Blu-ray with a 4K.
True.
So people got used to it. And now,
well, and also it made people pay more for the Blu-ray because there was a 4K.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'd get a 4K player with your inevitable 4K player or TV, I mean.
Right. DJ says, for sure, it's thankless on most channels. I mod 30th channels, live shows on a variety of topics. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Anyways, part-time I do so many and impeded 5 to 6 ways. So you have a channel, DJ? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I'm not sure if you were talking to somebody else. Let's see. Big Movie Freak says, got the Ocean's Trilogy Blu-ray set years ago. I don't think I'll be double dipping, even for the 4K upgrade. To be honest, I haven't even unwrapped the trilogy. I will say this though. I did compare the 4K to the Blu-ray, and there are some really, really impressive corrected colors. On the Blu-ray, it has like this. I don't know how to explain it, but there's much more depth, much more detail. And the colors, it looks phenomenal. It's almost night and day between the old Blu-ray and the 4K, because the Blu-ray was from old HD scans from like 2010.
Well, who was the cinematographer for that? Because it's Steven Soderbergh.
I don't think he shot.
Did he shoot it?
I'm gonna look it up. I don't think.
But I'm just saying, like, it is. We're not talking about just a franchise. This isn't the Fast and the Furious, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
we're talking about the Ocean's trilogy. This was.
Oh, he was. He did. It says he was a cinematographer on all 3, but he's credited. He's credited as Peter Andrews, so he used a stage name.
I am absolutely fine with his nom de plume, but no, these are hip. Like, if you want to see a 2-hour music video of what it's like to be middle-aged, I guess this is what it is.
Well, I tell you, also, as you probably know too, that back before 4K, a lot of studios would change the colors and tweak the colors to have better experience home viewing, since we had CRT TVs, 4x3 TVs. So they had to change color tones and things like that to work better for home viewing. Now that they've gone back to the 4K and they bring in the director of photography, or they bring in the director, they're able to go back to the original theatrical colors. And that's what you see on Ocean's 11 and 12 and 13 is the theatrical intended color grading that's not on the Blu-ray.
Well, but you've been a pioneer of sorts, if you don't mind me flattering you, but you've been talking about the differences between the original presentation and how it went to Blu-ray, DVD, and how they are color correcting for 4K. And that is something that you have been sort of spearheading. And I appreciate your work.
I mean, thank you. I mean, sometimes it's subtle changes. Other times it's night and day radical changes. And if you guys are out there and you haven't seen my videos, the playlist is 4K comparison reviews. Check it out. And I don't just, some people, for some reason, people think I take my phone and take pictures off my TV. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, because number one, your phone is not going to represent the colors right, and it's compressed. No,
you have a computer, yes?
Yeah. I rip the rip, I guess is what you say. I take the images directly from the 4K disc and from the Blu-ray disc. And I don't change the colors or tweak them in any way in editing. So yeah, so what you see on the disc is what you get. Big Movie Freak says, I believe you for sure. The 4K is far superior, expecting nothing less. Yeah, absolutely. DJ says, it's all love for each channel in one way or another. I want to keep doing it, and I would instead go full on production and engineering for a couple huge channels and draw dollars. Yeah, I mean, it's fun doing a live show. I don't know what you're trying to do here. Are you trying to advertise yourself, promote yourself? If so, we don't really do that here. We're just talking about physical media and what's up?
But, well, no, speaking of advertising and making sure that people are recognized, if you are a fan of Twin Flicks, then I would recommend you like, share, and subscribe. hit that thumbs up. And, yeah, no, absolutely. Please share this.
Thank you.
Tweet it.
Get it. Simon says, get in a loophole. Okay, so did I miss something here? I don't know what's going on.
I wouldn't worry about it.
If I missed something, guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know. Anyways, but DJ, I would love to have an engineer. That would be freaking awesome. But obviously, smaller channels, I can't afford it. I'm just doing this on a laptop and doing my own thing. But that would be awesome to have an engineer. I know there's some big channels that do hire engineers. You just have to put your name out there and look around. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it for me. Edge of Time. Did he just join us? He or she just joined us? Sorry, man. We're just about to wrap it up. Yeah, but he says greetings from the Edge of Time. But thanks, man, for joining us. I appreciate it. Let's see, Jill says DJ's talking about how he supports channels through modding. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know what that has to do with this show. I didn't know if there was something going on in chat where somebody was talking about modding or something, because that just came out of the blue while we were talking about physical media. But yeah, I agree with what DJ's saying. Anything else, Scott? You have?
Well, no. The thing is that I've got all these movies behind me, and I want to pull one out that's actually like I just want to be ironic and cute. So I don't know.
Do you have a wet?
What about Clue? What if I do Clue?
Clue. Now, does that include all 3 endings?
Oh yeah, totes.
Awesome.
Oh, it says right in the thing.
Awesome. Yeah.
So,
the 4K looks
yeah. Great. There's a 4K. Does it have all the endings?
Yep, all the endings.
All right. Well, what if I had the Da Vinci Code full screen?
Full screen. That's how you want to watch it on an analog DVD full screen.
What if we watched Fracture. With Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Ken
in widescreen? Big Movie Freak says Clue is great. Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
What about Clash of the Titans?
Hey, would that be a good double feature of Ultraman? Independence Day.
You know what? I was very disappointed the other day. They had a GQ or an Esquire conversation with what's his name, the president.
The president of the United States?
Yeah, the president in Independence Day. What was his name? Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
I saw him and I was just like, what a simple boy.
Right.
I don't like Bill Pullman. He's not sharp at all. He's a bumpkin. So,
have you seen his show? What's it called? It's on Netflix now. It used to be on NBC or something. He plays like a detective. Simon, do you remember what it's called?
Oh, I forget what it's called. But no, I remember when he did play a detective. Wasn't that with, what's her heavens? I thought it was with...
Well, in the first season, it starred Jessica Biel. And
oh, sure.
The Sinner. That's what it was called. The Sinner.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh yeah, he was really good in that.
I bet.
Jill says, and the next hour is just Scotty pulling all his movies off the shelf.
Yep,
putting 'em
that's
back on.
my OnlyFans.
Pay $10 a month to see him pull
Exactly.
DVDs off his shelf and put them back up.
Exactly. It's just shuffling.
Slip
That's all
those
it is.
DVDs back in there. Big Movie Freak says, DVDs, those were the days.
Don't worry about it. I got them back in very tightly.
Great. All right.
Anyway,
I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up.
sounds good.
Haven't eaten and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go eat some dinner. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us tonight. DJ, sorry, if I missed something in the conversations that I didn't clue in, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I just saw that message pop up, and I was just trying to figure out what you were talking about because it had nothing to do with what we were talking about. Let's see. DJ says, Jill pumped your channel, and I came here to chill. I'm selling nothing. All right, man. That's cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry. Don't take offense of anything I was saying. I was just confused there for a while, which I typically am. Big Movie Freak says, thanks, guys. It was fun. DJ says, no worries. And Jill says, yes, I did share the stream on my community tab. Oh, thanks, Jill. I appreciate that. I need all the support I can get, right? And I would still love to come on your channel and do a video with you and Scotty. All right, guys. Good night. And we will see you next time. And remember, wait. I forgot about this. I am thinking about possibly, maybe, doing merch. I've had some people tell me, do merch, because it would be awesome if you did merch. So I put together a shirt that I've been working on, and let me know, guys, what you think. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can read it or not. It says, physical media has no buffering, commercials, or drops in quality. So that's one shirt I was thinking of doing. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. And I was thinking of doing a little like Twin Flicks kind of membership card based off of the Hollywood video card. Twin Flicks video. And so I'd put the member number up on top, your name on the back, kind of like resembling the old Hollywood video cards in the back or Blockbuster card. Anyways, those were just a couple things I was thinking of doing. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. And we'll go there from there. DJ says, I have an awesome week. You too, man. Thanks for coming aboard. Jill says, we'll cover Future Boy, Quantum Leap someday. Someday? Come on, man. You got to do it now.
Shut up. We've been trying to do Quantum Leap since forever, yo.
Did you ever do the JFK episode?
No.
I want to do that one. That's the one I want to do.
Well, we can. Fine.
That's
You're
been
on
my
the list.
favorite.
I'll write it down.
That's been my favorite. And I'd also love to do the finale of the show.
Of course. So you're in for depressing Quantum Leap. Okay.
Absolutely. Who isn't?
Okay.
Jill says, that's cool, but the T is falling off the mountain. That's the point, isn't it? That's kind of like how Hollywood Video was. Anyways, guys, we will see you next time. Remember, keep physical media alive. I do one show a week, so come back either Wednesday or Fridays when I usually do them. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And follow the Fantasmagorium show. Follow Jill. Give their channel subscribe to their channels, and we will see you guys next time.
Cinema Gulp.